Hey, what's up everybody? It's Andrew with Throwing Guns, and today we're going to be going over the KelTec CP33. I'm going to be giving you guys my full review and impressions. I did shoot about 2,000 rounds through it, and if I had my ups and downs, I did have some service repair work done to it, as you can see here from KelTec. So I'll be discussing that as well. So if you guys like this kind of videos, like, share, subscribe, and without further ado, let's get started. Also, a big shout out to my FFL here in Miami. If you guys are in the area, check out Rightful Liberty. They got $20 transfers. You know, definitely good guys over there, so they'll help you out. So anyways, with the KelTec CP33, we'll start from front to back, but I just want to mention this first, right? So they do have 33 rounds of 22 LR, which is awesome, which is one of their biggest selling points. And one of the reasons that I was attracted to this gun, because other competitors like the Glock 44, for example, only hold 10 rounds. And they basically use a Glock 19 frame. So to me, that doesn't make any sense. You're just dumbing down the caliber and the capacity for no reason. And then they just call it like a training pistol. This is not a trainer. This is by itself designed to be for 22 LR. And I really like that, and I appreciate that in its design. It does have a lot of cool features which attracted me to it. Of course, you have the Picatinny rail on top. You have M-lock on the bottom for whatever you want to add. You have a threaded barrel. So you also have night sights that are actually really good. They're very visible. Your eyes pick them up very easily. I actually enjoyed using the night sights, or these sights, fiber optic sights, more than using a red dot, because I feel like I did add the red dot on it, but it just added bulk. And honestly, these sights are really good. The gun is going to be lighter weight, low profile. You have this like anti-glare here. You can see that. It's just really well thought out, for being outdoors. And I really like it as is. The only thing I did change on, as you can see, is the grip tape. Shout out to Talon Grips. This is their pro grip that they offer for it, and I think it definitely makes it more comfortable. One of the complaints I do have with this gun was probably the grip itself is not very ergonomic at all. It looks like it's simply designed around the magazine, which, by the way, cost $50. So if you want to have extra mags, you're going to spend $50 for each mag. It does come with one mag. So that's definitely not a good thing, but it is a very unique design, and it's basically, blows the competition out of the water in terms of capacity. So I think that's very good, although it could be a little finicky. I did have some issues with it. Of course, with this type of gun and with this type of magazine, you do have to worry about rim lock. So I'll be discussing that, or I'll be rolling in some footage so you guys could check it out. But basically, you have to load it specifically for you to not have any issues with it. Other features you can see here have these like back pieces, and you could they all sell like accessories, maybe not from KelTec exactly, but from third parties, that you could add a brace to it, and it is very customizable, which is very cool. Adding a brace, grip, maybe a suppressor in the front could be pretty cool, to test out. But unfortunately, I don't have that with me. But you do have the option of doing that, which I think is pretty cool. It does lock back on the last round, as you can see there, and not having any issues now. But so I'll jump to it now. The issues that I did have with it, basically I noticed that one or two of the screws were coming loose after, I don't know, maybe 400 rounds or so, which I thought to be very odd. And on the inside, I found these like metal pieces that were sticking up. I'll see if I can roll in some pictures for you guys. But basically the slide was not going back and forth as it should. Or at least my charging handle was not going back and forth and sliding, as it should. So I was having some issues there. And of course, it was leading to malfunctions on the range. So I did have to send it into KelTec. And just some advice, if you guys do have any issues with a KelTec firearm, make sure you send it in as soon as possible. This is not the kind of gun you want to buy and keep in your closet for 6 months and then test it out later, because their warranty is going to change and they're not going to cover the shipping costs, etc. For me, I was still within that time frame, and they did cover the shipping costs, and everything was free. I didn't have to pay anything, which was awesome. Really appreciate that. But just a quick tip, don't wait too long to test out your gun. If it has issues, you should send it to them pretty soon, because then it'll stay within their warranty period. But this is what they did. They updated the extractor, serviced the barrel chamber. I believe they did some polishing, and they also inspected it, fired it, and then they didn't have any issues after that. But obviously they did have to change out some pieces because there were some issues. So I'm glad that they did that. And then another thing I did see here, let me see if I could block this out. It did say generation 1. So found that to be kind of interesting. So, you know, is what it is. I don't know if they have like other generations that they're coming out with, or that's just like a standard that they have to put on there. But you know, I guess it is a Gen 1. It does have the safety here. I want to discuss also. It's very positive, and I never had any issues with it accidentally, you know, hitting it or anything at all. There's no reason to. The only issue you may have is that if you're used to not having a safety, you know, you just have to remember it. Obviously, on and off, that's just a training thing. But a lot of newer shooters and women like to have safeties. You know, it's just a personal preference. And for example, with my wife, I took her out shooting and she wanted a safety on her gun, and you know, she got it. So it's just a little peace of mind, I guess, for some people, and you know, something nice to have. And of course, we are empty, in case anyone's wondering. I did check it beforehand. The trigger itself is not bad, so check out the trigger pull here. So pretty good trigger pull. So it's intended to be a competition pistol, so it does have a pretty good trigger. And in terms of pricing, you know, it is a little on the pricier side compared to other competitors. Like again, the Glock 44, maybe around the same ballpark. But if you compare it to something like the TX22 by Taurus, it's almost double the price. Now, are you getting double the gun for double the price? Not so sure about that. It does have, again, a lot of added features, which I like. Like I mentioned, the threaded barrel, you have M-lock here, you have the 1930 Picatinny rail, you can add whatever you want on top, fiber optic sight. So it does come with extras for sure, and it should be priced higher. Should it be double? Not so sure about that, but you know, it does have its features, and you know, it's not like just charging you double for no reason. You are getting a lot for your money. And again, you know, this magazine is a pretty cool design. You know, having that quad stack 33 rounds is very cool. Now, in terms of ammunition, what I did shoot was these two. So I shot a Gila. Luckily, before all this craziness happened in 2020, I picked up 5,000 rounds of this one and 5,000 rounds of this one. And I got a pretty good deal on it, and prices basically skyrocketed. This turned from copper to gold, basically. So I was very happy about that I was able to pick it up on time. What I will say about this ammunition is that it didn't have any issues. It cycled properly. This is the standard velocity, and this is the super extra. This is their higher velocity stuff. Let's see if it has a little more information for you there. So yeah, they are both 40 grain. This is from Mexico, this ammunition, but it does run very dirty. That's what I will say. So if you do choose to go with a Gila, it's probably one of the cheapest, but it's going to run dirty, and you're going to have a puff of black smoke in front of you every time you shoot a round. So maybe if you're outdoors, it's not that big of a deal. If you're indoors, you know, you might want to wear that N95 mask so you're not breathing in all this powder. So that's what I will say about that. It's cheap and expensive. It works, but very dirty to run. So that was my experience with these two, but both of them ran fine, which I was very happy with. In terms of reliability, you know, before the repairs, I was, you know, having some issues. It was very frustrating. After the repairs, I took it out, had no issues whatsoever. As long as you load the magazine correctly and you don't have rim lock, you should be good to go in that aspect. In terms of accuracy, it was very accurate. I really like these sights. You have a long sight radius there, and it's just really nice to shoot. I did not need the red dot on top. This is more than enough to get accurate shots out to 25 yards. You know, definitely good center mass hits at 25 yards without an issue. All right, so I'm gonna shoot 10 shots at 25 yards. And that was at an indoor range, so really enjoyed that as well. Again, it's good for new shooters. I think for women, it's really nice. It is a little hefty on top. So if you compare it to a TX22 like by Taurus or something, this is definitely gonna be a little heavier. But again, it's a larger gun. It's meant for competition. I did holster it, so I did get a holster for it, and that was pretty cool to have a holster for a gun this size. Although it looks a little odd, I think it's, you know, pretty good. And in terms of the design, again, competition, not really a trainer pistol like these other ones, you know, and that's really what I appreciate about this gun. It's designed to be for 22, and it's able to maximize its ability to shoot 22 in terms of capacity, accuracy, barrel length. Everything is intended for it. It does obviously have a weird design where it does go back a little bit, but I think it's pretty cool, honestly. It helps with your sight radius, and you're able to get good shots out to a good distance. So to conclude, I do like this gun a lot. Would I buy it again? And the answer is yes, with a caveat is that I wish they had better control, you know, before they actually sent it out to people. And, you know, I wish I didn't have these issues, obviously. You know, you want to buy a gun and you don't want to have to send it back for repairs. So obviously, you know, that's not a great thing. I wish Kel-Tec would work on that. But aside from that issue, you know, they did have great customer service. They did fix the problem that I had, and now it's running flawlessly as far as I know. So hopefully I don't run into any more issues in the future. But, you know, if it keeps up as it is, I think it's a great design. I love it. I think it's a great gun. And in terms of the 22s out there, pistols, I think this is probably one of the best, or the best, in terms of design. And they definitely took it up a notch, and they didn't really copy anyone else. They did their own thing, and I think it really paid off in this instance. You know, so if they could work on the reliability issues and quality control, I think this is like a #1 gun, and, you know, definitely blows out any competition out there because of what it's able to perform and what's able to do. So if you guys like this kind of videos, like, share, subscribe. Thanks for watching, and if you guys have any questions or comments, definitely leave it down below. Thanks again, and just a little FYI for you guys that made it this far in the channel, just want to let you know that I appreciate you guys helping me hit 30,000 subscribers. I think that's amazing. I just recently finished my doctorate in school, so that was very time consuming. It was very difficult for me to keep the channel going during this time, but hopefully now that I finish, I'll have a little bit more free time to put out new content. And thanks for everyone for your patience and sticking with me throughout this time. So thanks again, and I'll see y'all in the next one. WRG out.
Alright, so there's basically no recoil. It's kind of strange, but it's fun. Yeah. It's very fun. I've noticed it's smoky. It's definitely smoky.
Oh, you mean like with the ammunition?
Yeah. But, I mean, no big deal. This is fun. The grip is better than what I would have thought.
I have the pro grips. I just haven't put them on yet.
Yeah.
Empty? Nice. Show me empty. See? All right, cool.